welcome back. So today I have for you a one brand tutorial, and I'm doing it on a drugstore brand, and from the title you already know what it is. I'm doing it on the L'Oreal brand from the drugstore. I love L'Oreal. They have such amazing products. I think they are my all-time favorite products at the drugstore. They're just so high quality and I love them. I'm obsessed with their eyeshadows. They came out with these new quads. So the formulation of these quads is the same formulation as like their like single eyeshadows that they have, and I love these single eyeshadows that they have, and the formula of these are the same, so I love these just as much. So if you would like to see how I created this makeup look, then just keep watching. So when work from home comes on, you obviously need to dance to it, so I needed to do a little bit of dance break before I started. Taking my L'Oreal Magic Lumi primer, I'm just rubbing this all over my face so I have a nice luminous glow. And then using the L'Oreal Miracle Blur, I'm just putting this on the areas of my face where I want to make look a little bit smoother, so just kind of under my eyes and in the middle of my nose and my forehead. Then picking up the L'Oreal Matte Infallible foundation in the color 205. I'm just rubbing that in with my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and I'm just putting that all over my skin. I know this doesn't match the color of my face, but it does match pretty closely to the color of my neck, and that is what I want to match to. Then going in with the Brow Stylist Definer in Brunette, I'm just going to be filling in my eyebrows. I love this brow pencil. It just goes on really smoothly, and it has a nice precise tip where you can really get the angles that you want. And then I'm just going to spoolie my eyebrow out afterwards, and then I will be setting it with the L'Oreal Brow Gel as well. And I really like using this because I feel like my eyebrows not look natural, but I mean they look pretty good without looking too harsh. And then here is the Brow Stylist plumper kind of thing that I use to set my eyebrow. Then going in with the concealer, this is the Loreal CC Concealer. It doesn't give too much coverage. I layered it a couple of times, but it is nice. It has like a really cold roller ball on it, so it felt really good underneath my eyes. And then going down the middle of my face and like down the bridge of my nose. And then just taking my dampened beauty blender and blending it away. So I didn't have a super light setting powder, so I am using my Rimmel, but it is still drugstore, so I thought that it was alright to use it. I'm just setting my under eye concealer, and then I'm going to pick up my L'Oreal True Match powder. It's kind of a darker shade to set the rest of my face. And then for my eyes, picking up the new kind of quad by L'Oreal in the color 104 French Biscuit. I'm just taking that light brown matte shade, and I'm blending it into my crease. I love the formulation of these shadows. If you haven't tried them yet, they're amazing. And then I'm taking it on a smaller blending brush as well, and I love these because they are super buildable. So I'm still using that exact same shade, but I'm putting it more deeply into the crease, and I love that you can build this color up to make it pretty deep. So I do just keep building up the color, as you can see here, so it is a nice gradient effect because we did use the same color, we just used different pressure of it, and I just love the way this came out. I just think it's so gorgeous. Then taking that shimmery brown shade from that same quad, I'm just putting this all over my lid. I do layer it on, I think, twice, just to make sure that it was as deep as I wanted it to be. And then obviously I'm going to go back in with my blending brush just to make sure all of the edges are nice and seamless. If you haven't tried these eyeshadows, I'm going to tell you again, you really need to. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but you definitely need to try them. They are so good. And then taking that light brown matte shade, the one that we put in our crease, I'm just putting this underneath my lower lash line to give us some smokiness. Then taking the Infallible Sculpt L'Oreal eyeliner, I am just lining my eye. I am not putting on a wing or anything. I am just putting it as close to my lash line as possible. I'm not putting on lashes in this part of the video. I do put them on at the very end to see just what it would look like with lashes, and I loved it with lashes. And then taking my L'Oreal, I think this was the Butterfly Luminous, I'm not sure, you saw what it said, and I'm just putting this on my lashes, giving myself a couple coats on the top and on the bottom. Alright, the only other thing I didn't have from L'Oreal was a bronzer, so I'm just taking this e.l.f. bronzer. This is one of my all-time favorite drugstore bronzers, and I am just putting it all over my face where I usually like to bronze, so as we all know, basically everywhere on my face. So underneath my cheekbones, around my hairline, kind of underneath my jaw, and then I do contour my nose with it as well. This is my Sigma F77 brush. I love this for contouring. And then I will blend it out with that same brush as well, since I take off all the product, and then I will do it again with my beauty blender just to make sure it's nice and even. Then taking the L'Oreal blush, it's kind of like a liquid kind of blush. I like to do it with my stippling brush, as you can see here, and it is very pigmented, so you just need a very little bit. I'm just putting it all over my cheekbones with this stippling brush. If you use a different brush, I find that it ends up being too harsh. Then taking my L'Oreal Magic Lumi, I have 2 shades. I will leave them down below. I mix them together so they will give me the perfect little highlight, and I'm using the same brush that I used for my brush, or my blush. And then for lipstick, I am taking the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in Lydia's Pink in the color 709.